Okay then, anyways, this is like a small world I've basically set up to introduce why noobs are not stupid. There's not a lot of them, but I might as well go over the ones that came to my mind. Number 1. Dead bushes. Anyway, if I try smacking all these dead bushes, they end up giving me sticks, as you can see. And, however, if I use shears, I'll be able to grab these. So noobs, you always find them with dead bushes. So they gotta get them somehow. Okay. I thought Silk Touch would do that. Okay, so apparently only shears can do this. You can see that the shears can totally have the dead bushes like this. So they can use it that way. So they're really hard to obtain that way. Number 2. Dirt houses. Dirt is actually really abundant in survival worlds. Even though this is super flat, you still get the idea. I mean, even if I were to blow up this house with this TNT I've conveniently placed. The entire house is ruined. But, like from creepers. That was supposed to simplify. Creeper explosion. Thing to do is they can just basically keep collecting dirt, and then pretty soon or not, still have another house. So that's another thing. Another one. You never see armor stands in a noob's house. Because then they can just steal that. You'll also never find diamonds around their house. Of course, on the chance that they actually do use diamonds. I'm just tossing all this stuff in here. They're a bit like, they can be a bit like this. Ooh, hey, do you want to trade that diamond for a dead bush? Yeah! So they can really help out a person get a diamond. That's for sure. Another one. You never see a bed in their house. Of course, that means they must not know how to use beds. Well, most of them don't know how to use beds. Because luckily, since they don't know how to use beds, they don't know that beds will blow up in the nether in the end. They'll only use the most two. They only end up. You know that they only use about stone tools and wooden tools, which means they actually never. They actually save all that because it's something. It's a bit like this. It's actually a bit like this, where you have like they end up finding like an iron, like iron. They end up mining and they end up like running into another person and they get in a fight. They stay out of those conflicts very thankfully because of that. Next one. They never really tread in the nether much because they know, of course, if they do, they will drop in lava. But on the chance that they actually don't go to the nether, because for one, they'll need diamonds, and they end up trading that for dead bushes, so to help out people. So they never really, so that way means you'll never see them in the nether, which means you basically have the nether to yourself. Now here's an interesting one. When it comes to withers. I'm not going to spawn one in, I'm just saying. It takes a long time just to grab the wither skull heads, and you never see a noob spawn in a wither. I mean, it's really hard to obtain the tools because of how noobish they are at Minecraft. So things like the wither won't be able to be spawned in. Of course, when it comes to chickens, however, of course, they'll be able to end up with a whole bunch of chickens. They don't really... Of course, I could make a video on everything that noob is stupid, but I suggest probably watching this video. That ends up helping out much better. by Unspeakable Gaming, because there's a lot of videos out there on what noobs do. Okay, the last one I actually wanted to tell was the noobs. Somehow, it took me multiple years to actually figure this out, that you could actually change a place where you could change your skin. But instead, they end up changing their skin like within the first few days that they play the game, which is amazing. I mean, I spent many years before actually ending up with this skin right here. Oh, oops. Okay. Forget that just happened. End up spending a whole bunch of times just trying. I spent many years not even knowing how to make a skin. Of course, there's still a few things I don't know about skins, but still, they know a lot of other stuff. Of course, if we were to check, if I were to check on what the definition of a noob is, a person who is inexperienced in a particular sphere or activity, especially computing or the use of the internet. Of course, in this case, noobs mean that they're beginners, so we gotta take it easy on them. They don't know everything. So sooner or later, the noob's gonna end up as a pro. In fact, all of us started out as noobs, so really, you shouldn't take noobs for granted, because noobs end up as pros. So, there's my reasons for why noobs are not stupid. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give a like, because they are always appreciated. Be sure to subscribe to know when I make other videos out there, and I'll be sure to see you until next time. Goodbye.